Good morning, students. In today's class, we are going to discuss about the preparation of animal cell culture media. This is the continuation of the previous class. Previous class, we discussed about different types of media which are generally used, and we discussed about the physiological and chemical properties of the media. Now, today we are going to discuss about the serum containing media and serum free media. Okay, this is given in the syllabus. In the syllabus, the topic which is given is selection of serum. So, wherein you have to write the importance of the serum in animal cell culture media and what substitute you can use instead of serum. Okay, so there are two types of media generally used in the animal cell culture media. One is known as the serum containing media, another one is known as the serum free media. So what do you mean by serum free media? Instead of serum is completely avoided. Instead of the animal derived protein, we have to think about some alternatives. Okay, in the serum containing media, we are using serum, which is a rich source of all the animal protein, and which will be directly the cells which are growing in that particular culture media will get all the proteins which are necessary for the growth and the survival. Okay, so now first we'll discuss about the serum containing media. First of all of you know what is serum. So whenever you are preparing a serum, the first thing is you have to collect the blood. Okay, after collecting the blood, you need to centrifuge the blood, and you get a pale yellow color liquid on the top. The pale yellow color liquid what you get on the top of the tube, that is known as the serum. Okay, serum is the liquid portion of the blood which will have all the protein, whereas the cells will be settled down as a clot, and in between the serum and the blood clot there will be a jelly like layer will be there, that will be the plasma. Okay, once after, naturally also you can make the serum, no need of going for centrifugation, you have to keep the blood for a longer time. The clotting process happens. So once after the clotting, in the bottom of the tube you will have the clot. In between the clot, if you go for centrifugation, you can see that just above the clot there will be a the semi-solid jelly like layer will be there, that is known as the plasma, and on top of that you will have the serum. Okay, so plasma will have all the clotting factor, all the factors which are necessary for the clotting, that will be settled here, and the blood cells will be settling down, and the serum will have all the proteins which are necessary for the survival of the cell. So we are talking about the animal cell culture media. So the serum will have all the proteins which are there in the blood, that will be used for preparing the media. So along with the other constituent of the media, we have to add serum. Now, why we use serum? Serum provides basic nutrients for the cells. Now we are going to see what are those basic nutrients which are there in the serum. Number one, it provides several hormones. You know that all the hormones in the body, we get the hormones through the circulation. So blood will have different types of hormones, and when you use the serum for the culturing, the cultured cells will get all the hormones which are there in the serum. Number one, it is insulin. Insulin is there in the serum, that can be utilized by the cells. It will have cortisol and prostaglandin. Various hormones will be there, depends on the condition at which you collect the serum. Depends on that, there will be variation in the hormones. Second one is the growth factor. The serum will have most of the growth factors like PDGF, TGF, beta, FGF, EGF, all these growth factors will be there in the serum. Okay, PDGF is platelet derived growth factor, then TGF is there, FGF is there, and EGF, epidermal growth factor, fibroblast growth factor. All these growth factors are there in the serum. Okay, so you need not provide the factors externally if you are using a serum containing media, and it has several protein. The main protein which is needed for the cell to adhere to the culture vessel is the fibronectin. Fibronectin will help in the adhesion of the cells to the culture vessel. Serum has fibronectin, and it has several binding protein. Number one, albumin. Yesterday's class also I told you the different types of proteins which are there. One is albumin, that is the main protein that bind with the water, salt, fresh fatty acid, hormones, vitamins, and also transport after binding to all these factors, albumin will help in the transport of these components into the tissues. What are the components? Water, salt, fatty acid, hormones and vitamins. Okay, they will, albumin will bind and transport these proteins to the cells. Now another one is it has transferrin. The function of transferrin I have told you, and in yesterday's class also you have seen transferrin is the one which will be helping in the transport of iron, right? And the another important aspect about the serum is serum will increase the viscosity, and it has protease inhibitor, thereby the protein inhibition, will not be undergoing the degradation. Okay, so now what is that protease inhibitor? It is called as the aproteinin. You remember last class also I told you aproteinin, that is a protective agent which is present in the serum that will act as a protease inhibitor. What is that? Aproteinin. It's a protease or proteinase inhibitor. What is the function of protease enzyme? Degrades the protein. There are many proteins in the serum. All those proteins will not be undergoing degradation with the help of the protease inhibitor, that is aproteinin. And the serum has minerals such as sodium, potassium, iron, zinc and copper, and serum acts as buffer, and serum has different types of components which will minimize the mechanical damage of the cells. Okay, these are the advantages of the serum. So when you are using a serum containing media, these are the various advantages. It has hormone, it has growth factor, it has several protein, it has binding proteins, increases the viscosity, protease inhibitors are there, it has minerals, act as a buffer and minimizes the mechanical damage. I think all of you are clear. Now we are moving on to the disadvantages of the serum containing media. What are the different disadvantages? First one is serum inhibit growth of some of the cells. When you use serum for the preparation of media, sometimes the components of the serum will inhibit growth of some of the cells. For example, when you are culturing the keratinocytes and all, the growth of the keratinocytes in the culture will be inhibited by the components which are present in the serum. So only for one or two cells this inhibition process happens. Okay, and it has cytotoxic constituent. Serum will have some of the cytotoxic components which can act as a cytotoxic agent, and cytotoxicity can be induced. And whenever you prepare the serum, each time there will be variation, because each time the amount of hormone, amount of growth factors, amount of proteins which are present in the serum will be completely different. So variation in the quantity, and variation in the quality. Okay, so you can see variation in the quantity and quality. Availability is less. Every time you have to depend on some animal source for the blood, and then prepare the serum. Then that is also a disadvantage. And growth factors are there, but you cannot say that adequate growth factors are there or appropriate amount of growth factors are there, that we don't know. We know that it is there, but the amount of growth factor in the serum, that we cannot assume. So that is another drawback. So what are the drawbacks? Serum sometimes inhibit the growth of some of the cells. It has cytotoxic constituent, variation in the quantity and quality, availability is less, and inadequate growth factors. And the last one is, because of the use of serum, the contamination chance is more. Okay, these are the various. Contamination chance is high. Okay, because you are using an animal source, the serum, the component of the blood, thereby the chance of contamination is too high. Fine. So these are the basic things about the serum containing media. Now I will tell you what are the advantages of serum free media. Now when these are the disadvantages. So to overcome the disadvantage of all the serum, nowadays the people prefer serum free media. What do you mean by serum free media? The media without serum. Okay, so now when you use a media without serum, you have to remember one thing. You need to add adequate quantities of the proteins which are usually there in the serum. So serum has various types of proteins. I told you the list of proteins which are there in the serum. When you are not using serum, we have to make sure that we are adding all the proteins externally into the media. Okay. Now, the first aspect about the serum, advantage of the serum free media is improved reproducibility. So we know how we are preparing and what are the different components we are adding into the media. So every time you can prepare the media with the same components or the ingredients, so that there will not be any variation. Whereas in the case of serum, as we discussed earlier, the concentration of the hormone, growth factor, everything will change, because we cannot assume how much quantity of the growth factor is there. But when you are preparing a serum free media meaning chemically defined media. This you have to remember, serum free media meaning chemically defined media. Everything chemically, artificial things will be adding into the media. So improved reproducibility, what is the meaning of that? Every time you when you prepare the media, you can add the same components and you can prepare the same media. Okay, so that is known as the reproducibility. Next one is the easy downstream processing. Since serum has various components, and some of the toxic components will also be there in the serum, because of that downstream processing is very costly. You have to be very careful about the downstream processing. What do you mean by downstream processing? Once after the production of some of the protein, when you are separating the protein from the cells which are there in the culture, you have to do many steps like centrifugation, filtration, the chromatography technique. Various steps are there in the downstream processing. So when you are doing that downstream processing, we have to be very careful, or many steps are there, because to avoid the toxic components we have to depend on a very precise downstream processing. And when you are using a serum free media, another advantage is there is no toxicity of the serum. So serum has some of the toxic component. When you are using a serum free media, the toxicity will not be there. Next one is no interference due to serum protein. So various serum proteins are there, and sometimes some extra proteins can be there in the serum. So that interference of some of the proteins that can be overcome by using a chemically defined media. Now whatever growth factors or hormones and proteins are there in the serum, that will be supplemented with a recombinant version of all the proteins. Okay, so what do you mean by recombinant version? In you know what is recombinant DNA technology. E. coli is usually used as the host. In E. coli, they will introduce a vector with growth factor, another E. coli with hormones, insulin or all the hormones, growth factor. Like that you have to do many recombinant DNA technology, culture the cells in a fermenter, produce adequate quantity of all these proteins and hormones and growth factors which are there in the serum by recombinant DNA technology. Once this is ready, purify them from the bacterial cell, and that can be added into the culture media. Clear? So all the proteins which are there in the serum, when you are using a chemically defined media, those things will be supplemented with the recombinant version of albumin, growth factors and hormones. Clear? So these are the advantages and the disadvantages of the serum containing media and the serum free media. Fine. Now disadvantage of serum free media, one thing I can say, the cost of the media will be too high. That is the major disadvantage of the serum free media. So now next one, only one topic is left in the preparation of media chapter. This is the preparation of a complete growth media. How will you prepare a complete growth media? Last class I told you what you mean by media. Okay, media is a complex mixture of carbohydrate, vitamin, amino acid, metabolic precursors, growth factors, hormones and trace elements. Okay, media will provide nutrients. When you prepare a media, you have to make sure that media is providing the nutrient, it maintains the pH and osmolality. Okay, so these are the basic aspects that you have to remember while preparing a media. What are the common media which is used in the animal cell culture technique? One is known as the Eagle's minimum essential media, or which is called as EMEM. That is formulated by Harry Eagle. It has Eagle's balanced salt solution, non-essential amino acid, and sodium pyruvate. These are the components which are there in the Eagle's minimum essential media. Eagle's balanced salt solution, non-essential amino acids, and sodium pyruvate. Another media which is used is known as the DMEM. DMEM stands for Dalbecko's modified essential media. It will have this has twice the concentration of amino acid and four times the amount of vitamins. So whatever components are there in this media, that is again modified by another scientist called as the Dalbecco, which has twice the concentration of amino acid and 4 times the amount of vitamins. Next one is known as IMDM. IMDM stands for Iskos modified Dalbecco's media. This is used for the lymphocyte culturing and hybridomas. Compared to DMEM, amino acid vitamin concentration is more, and it has heaps and selenium. So yesterday's class I told you the advantage of heaps: maintains the pH, and selenium, that is usually added to avoid the toxicity because of the oxygen free radicals. Next one is a BSS. BSS is one of the major basal media which is used in the animal cell culture media. BSS stands for balanced salt solution. Okay, BSS is balanced salt solution, that is basal media which is used for animal cell culturing technique. So during the animal cell culture technique, whenever you are separating the cells from the tissue, this you would have studied under the other part of the cell culture technique. Ma'am would have explained you about the separation of cells. So once you separate the cells from the tissue, you need to wash the cells. Washing the tissues and cells is very much necessary. That washing is done with the help of this balanced salt solution. Okay, balanced salt solution, it has different components which is usually used to maintain the pH. The preparation of balanced salt solution is sodium chloride, potassium chloride. The amount also I have written here. Sodium chloride is 6.4 mg, KCl is 0.75 mg, calcium chloride is 0.48 mg, magnesium chloride is 0.3 mg, sodium acetate is 3.9 mg, sodium citrate is 1.7 mg, and sodium hydroxide or HCl you have to use to adjust the pH. pH of the media is 7.5. Okay, this is used for washing the tissues and cells, and also for a very short time period. If you want to maintain the cells in the incubator in the culture condition for a very short time period, you can use this balanced salt solution. Now yesterday's class we discussed, I told you what are the different components of the media. Well, if you remember what are the different components of the media, it should have a buffering system, phenol red, inorganic salt, amino acid, carbohydrate, protein, fatty acid, vitamins, trace elements, and the antibiotic. So these are the components of the media. So yesterday's class I discussed, so I'm not going to repeat it. You can just go through that, and when this particular topic is asked in the examination, complete growth media, you need to write about the component of the media. All the supplements usually in the animal cell culture media, it will be prepared as stock solution. Okay, what do you mean by stock solution? A concentrated solution will be prepared and kept. Usually it will be a 100x solution, and they will be storing it in a small aliquots. 100x solution in a huge quantity, for example 1000 ml will be prepared, and this 1000 ml will be divided into 10 bottles. Each bottle will have 100 ml. So why they are keeping in small aliquots? Because if you are taking out the media from the freezer, entire 1000 ml, you need to keep it in the room temperature, and then only you can go for the animal cell culturing technique. When it is frozen, you cannot do it. So instead of keeping the entire media for the thawing process, if it is in a smaller quantity, it is better to it is easy to handle. That is why you have to store it in small aliquots. Storing the media at minus 80 degrees centigrade for long time, and if it is for 1 month, 2 to 8 degrees centigrade. Okay, minus 80 degrees centigrade, sometimes it degrades the components which are there in the media. So it's better to keep it at 2 to 8 degrees centigrade for 1 month. Okay, long time storage of the media is not feasible. Media with protein, if you are preparing a media with protein, that the proteins degrades faster. The importance of animal serum, I told you already, that also you can write here. The examples of the animal serum which is used is FBS. FBS is fetal bovine serum, and FBS is used for embryonic cell culture also. that is a special one, FBS for embryonic cell, that is available. Another one is CBS. CBS stands for calf bovine serum. And fourth one which is used is horse serum. These are the various types of serum which is used. So this can be stored at minus 20 degrees centigrade. So this also thawing is required. Turbidity, if you find turbidity in the serum, that turbidity can be overcome by filter sterilization. You know what is filter sterilization, I think I need not tell you. So you can use a filter sterilization technique and remove all the turbid components which are there in the serum, and then you can use it for the preparation. And preparation of media is you know how to prepare the media. Components it will be available in powdered form, concentrated form, or in working solution. Mix the components, and the feasible sterilization technique is by the filter sterilization. Okay, filter sterilization is the best method because the media will have many components which will be degrading at high temperature. And prepare the media, and after preparing the media you can check the sterility by keeping the media in incubator at 37 degrees centigrade for 72 hours. So during that time period, if contamination is there, you can see that the media will become turbid and the phenol red color will also change. If that is there, you can make sure that the media is contaminated. So if it is contaminated, you have to discard it. If there is no contamination, after 72 hours of time period, you can use that media for the culture technique. Okay, so that's all about the preparation of media. Balanced salt solution, what I told you now, that will be asked in the, usually they will ask this one in the section A part, BSS. So you have to write what is balanced salt solution and what are the different salt which is there, what is the pH, and what are the uses of balanced salt solution. It is used for washing the tissues and cells, and also for a very short time period. If you want to keep the cells in a culture condition, you can use the balanced salt solution. Balanced salt solution will maintain the structural and physiological integrity and helps to maintain the permeability and maintains the membrane integrity. That is the main thing, okay, in the balanced salt solution. So this will be maintaining the physiological pH for a particular time period. Okay, so that's all about the animal cell culture media. Please go through that, and if any doubts are there, you can clarify. Nobody is getting any doubts. All are clear with all the topics. I am very happy. Thank you.